Blessings unto each one of you. Welcome to a gathering of spirit, to a gathering of Starseed. This is quite an exciting time for we begin brand new. And yet, we continue from before. My name is Gideon. My home is far from here. But Earth has been my fascination since the very beginning that this planet became a planet. And the potential of this world and the potential of those on this world. And so I made it a mission of mine to not only participate in a manner befitting myself, but also to assist the Starseeds who are here and to assist this planet. So today we are going to start off as we should at the beginning. So what we are going to do is, starting now, this moment in time, we are beginning a process of upgrading the grid works around this entire planet. Now, when we say the grid works, we mean the ley lines, we mean the crystal grid, we mean all the grids associated with this planet. We are updating and upgrading each one of those. Now, what does this mean for you? What does this mean for Mother Earth, for the planet? Well, for the planet, it's going to mean that she is going to be able to begin to start running higher vibrational energies. By her running higher vibrational energies, it's going to have a knock-on effect, shall we say. This knock-on effect is going to be a situation where it's going to create this environment, this envelope, if you will, whereby the Earth is able to do much more than what it's doing in the moment. It'll be allowed to clear things easier. Many times in the moment when it's trying to clear things, it creates great disruption, and hopefully that will alter and change somewhat. For Starseeds, what it's going to mean is it's going to mean that you're going to be able to connect more easily with home and with the energy of home. Now, as far as where you come from and as far as all of the things dealing with where you come from, you don't really need to know everything in this moment, because to be honest with you, whether you know it now or not is inconsequential, for the simple reason you are here incarnated on this planet, you see. Now, one of your tasks, you see, here is to find that which we call the sweet spot. The sweet spot is that place where you are in alignment with who you are. You are in alignment with where you are here on this planet. And you are in alignment with your pathway on this planet. That is what the sweet spot is all about. And this is where your focus must begin to be more gazing towards, is to find that sweet spot. Now, in order to find that sweet spot, information, let me bring it to you in a simple, differently, in a different way, but in a simple way. On the other side of the veil, before you incarnated into this incarnation, you were given the potentials. You were told it is very likely that this will be your final incarnation upon this planet. Needless to say, many of you were very excited by this. You were excited by the potential and the possibility that this long, long journey was going to come to an end. But you also asked the question, and the question was most important. Okay? If I'm going to finish after this next incarnation, does that mean that we are going to be successful or not successful? And of course, you were told the greatest potential is that you will be successful. Well, as starseeds, you don't like leaving things undone. You don't like leaving things for other people to clean up. So for many of you, you have taken on a great deal to clear in this final incarnation. And for many of you, it has caused much heartache, turmoil, confusion. You don't understand. You know, I do all the affirmations for abundance. Why aren't I abundant? I do all the affirmations for this and for that and for this, but it's not happening. Why isn't it happening? Because it's not focused on the creational part of affirmations, which that will be for our next time we get together next time. So right now we are focused on upgrading all of the grid works around this planet. We have also begun a clear out, shall we say, a clear out, and this started some time ago, but we are refocusing our time on clearing out what you term the near realms. And when we say we are clearing it out, we are not removing individuals from the near realms, but it's like it needs a good cleanse, it needs a good cleaning, getting rid of all the excess energies and crap that is sitting in there, that is weighing down your humanity of Earth, weighing down your starseeds. So these are being cleared out and cleaned out. It is wonderful that we have recently gotten word of a new starseed that's going to be incarnating on the planet, and that is wonderful. There is someone listening to this broadcast who will know who I'm referring to, and it's simply a little bit of a confirmation, because they are going to be born in your terminology, in your framework, in about 2 days' time. So it is very exciting indeed. But they are just one. There are many new starseeds who are currently incarnating on the planet. Some of these starseeds have had previous incarnations, a few. Some have not had any at all, like the gentleman I am referring to. They are coming in essence, to replace you. You see, you have been on this journey for such a long time. You have been on this journey throughout this entire grand cycle. Now, I do realize and understand that in a grand cycle such as this, it is hard to put a number on it as far as years go. But let us just say that hundreds of thousands of years has gone in to the making of this particular grand cycle. So you have been here a very long time, and you have lived countless lifetimes. And now is the time, and now is the moment. See, there are all these people going, I want to ascend. You don't even realize you've already done that. What you're here to do is to complete what you're here to do. Now, part of what you're here to do is to clear as much energy as you can. We have to tell you this because all of you have been so adamant about taking on so much energy that needed to be cleared, even though technically you really didn't have to, but you're like, well, that's my responsibility. I will take care of it. Whatever you don't take care of, trust me, when I tell you this, there are amazing healers in the temple on the other side of the veil, just beyond the realms of the near realms, that are waiting for you, that will assist you in removing anything that hasn't been removed when you leave here. Now, having said all of this, we are focused in this moment on the grids of this planet, the grids around this planet, and therefore we are also instituting another slight change. just recently, when you had your New Year's, Happy New Decade, I guess the phraseology would be. So when you had this, you had what is termed the gateway of choice. And I know that Al Sharon and the High Council of the God Star and many others were very much involved in all of that. And believe me, for every one of you Starseeds, most that are listening to this transmission did go through that gateway. A few of you did not. There is no right or wrong, so it is all good because you have no clue yet of exactly what it is you have achieved. So I wanted to relay a little bit of that information to you as far as what it is you have achieved. There is this mentality amongst people. What am I here to do? Why? Why can you not trust the process? So you look around you. Now, there are those out there like this one who in linear terminology has been awakened for 33 years, going on 34 years. There are those of you out there who have been awakened for 3 months, or maybe a year, or 2 years, or 5 years. So for this one, he is amazed because of the sheer numbers of starseeds who have awakened compared to the way it used to be. So why did you all awaken? See, that is the question. Is it because we needed more healers and spiritual teachers and readers on the planet? No, not at all. Why have you all awakened? Think of it this way. There is a device. It is usually utilized around the word justice, and they are scales. And you put certain items in one side and it'll go that way. And then you put certain items in the other side and it comes back this way. But what we needed is we needed something to flip it on its head. And so having so many starseed awaken during this time allowed them to access the higher vibrational energies, the quantum energies, whether they are aware of it or not, and started bringing these energies into the planet, infusing the other star seeds, infusing the humanity of Earth, infusing the Earth itself. You see. That it caused a tipping point. And it made sure that this project would be successful. Now we are on a grand cycle, a smaller cycle within the grand cycle going on currently in this moment. That cycle is due to be completed on the 21st of December, the solstice, 2034. So it is very exciting because with the completion of that cycle, things will well and truly begin moving, because they already will be moving towards what Al Sharon calls the age of awareness, where everything changes. Now, some of you are like this one and a little bit older in age. Some of you are quite young, and still this is your final incarnation, your last time on this world. And I can assure you that your soul knows exactly when you're leaving, how you're leaving, You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to be concerned about it. Your focus is very, very simple. Your focus is to live each day from your heart in that moment of each day. And if you do that, you will begin to catch things. You will begin to understand things more clearly. You'll be able to cross T's and dot I's and realize things that have passed you by before. It is time for you to step back and reflect upon your incarnation and see how all the different choices you have made have led you to where you are today. And then to take those things from the past, even those things that are hurtful, painful, damaging, and for once and for all to forgive. And to let go. You see, part of this final incarnation is for you to release, to let go. So if you're still hanging on to things that occurred to you earlier in this incarnation, all you are truly doing is creating more issues and problems for yourself. And you don't need to do that. You aren't required to do that. And it would be much better for you if you don't do that. This is a new beginning, a new start. I don't want you to be concerned with what happened last year, what happened 10 years ago, what happened yesterday. You look at the situation or situations, you ask yourself a simple question. Is there anything about that situation that I can take with me? Not the energy, not the bad feelings, but is there something that I can take with me that will serve me in the future? And when you find that, take that. For the rest of it, you forgive, you release, you let go. Now, you may need to forgive every day for a month before you fully let it go. And guess what? That's fine. Because this is what I am now asking of each of you. I'm asking each of you to do something extraordinary. I'm asking each of you to do something that takes things to another level, to focus on you. When I say that, I want you to focus on loving yourself, honoring and respecting yourself, no longer judging or criticizing yourself. Now, some of you go, well, I try and do that. You need to make a commitment to yourself. Right here, right now. This is not a commitment to me. I ask for no commitments from anyone for anything. I am here to assist you on your path on this planet. Do you understand that? Do you get that? Now is your opportunity to step more fully into your own energy and to your own sacredness. And what you need to understand very clearly is this. When you do, just naturally, as you walk your path every day, you will be making a tremendous difference in many people's lives. That is what is called living example. And the truth of the matter is, you're not here in a school. You're not here to learn lessons. This incarnation is challenging beyond words because you personally have chosen. And believe me when I tell you, you are not the only ones. He chose the same thing. So this goes for pretty much all starseeds. You've chosen to clear as much energy as you can, to clear out as much crap as you can. This is why he does the healing he does, because it's specifically designed to clear out all of that stuff out of people. So this is your mission, shall we say, is to clear all that out. But at the same time, as you're releasing these things, you have to focus on loving yourself, honoring and respecting yourself, and living from that place of the heart. And in so doing, when you have an interaction with someone, they will be able to connect with you much easier. You'll be able to connect with them. You will find a common ground more than a conflict ground, shall we say. The choice, of course, is always yours. We will keep you updated on the upgrades to the grid works that began on the 1st of January. And so that work will be continuing for some time. We are beginning our phase with the ley lines, the earth grid lines, if you will. And we are working on them and will continue to work on them. And as we complete different projects in this upgrade, you will begin to notice differences. We, meaning myself and those like me, and I'm talking about the High Council of the God Star. I'm talking about Al Sharon. I'm talking about the angelics. I'm talking about the Pleiadians and the Syrians and the Lyrans and the Alpha Centauri, all of the different beings. They're here to assist you, just like I am. None of us can do it for you. You have to do it for yourself, but we're here to guide you. We're here to assist you. So listening is very, very important, you see. Taking it in is very, very important. Discerning the information, vitally important, you see. So I have a piece of advice. Don't throw away the opportunity. I will take questions now. Type them in. And if you've already put in put it in there, or you're going to have to put it in again. No, Joanne. The grand cycle is not going to be ending for some time, and the current cycle doesn't end until 2034. Saras, you are feeling overwhelmed with everything that's coming at you at once. You haven't had it easy for the past few years. You're enjoying your lessons. Your remembrances would be better on that. But you're ready for a break now, would like to start something new, but too many obstacles in your way. I would like to make a suggestion. If there is something that you feel is an obstacle, ask yourself a question. Do I really need this in my life? If the answer is no, and you can put it to the side, get rid of it. You have to understand, you need to focus on what is important. And what is truly important is within the heart center. See, you have other situations that I see that you are dealing with, and I appreciate that. However, it is also about making yourself, I know this is going to be difficult here, making yourself a priority. That would be my suggestion. Lucy, actually my name only has one D in it. However, you've been rather emotional, in emotional turmoil since New Year's Eve. Lots of crying, anger, sadness in general. It's not really from the earthly energies. It's more along the lines of things are coming up for you to release, for you to let go. It's not easy. You must understand this concept very, very clearly. Being incarnated on this planet during this project, during this particular grand cycle, is not a cakewalk for anyone. It's not easy for anyone. You can look at someone who's really famous and rich. I can guarantee you, sure, they may have lots of money, but I can guarantee you they have just as many issues and things happening that they have to deal with as anybody else. First off, I would suggest, Lucy, that you give yourself a break, that you let yourself off the hook. Breathe. Move back fully into your heart center, and then go throughout yourself, locating things and objects and energies that are not you, that do not belong to you, or that no longer belong to you, and start putting them into a chest. And when the chest is full, hold the chest up. It will empty out. You bring the chest back down, start filling it up again. Keep doing it until you move through this period of transition that you are currently in. I will tell you, you will be fine. Christine, is that why the bushfires here in Australia intensified due to Earth's upgrades? No, that is not why it's happening. Some of the bushfires that have been happening in Australia have been deliberately set by those who are trying to convince everyone of climate change. Some have been natural in occurrence, but generally for the ones that are natural in occurrence, it is trying to alter how things are done. Those that you term Aborigine in Australia, they know how to do things in a traditional way that prevents the mass fires like you've been experiencing. And so part of it is the earth is cleansing. Some of the fires have been deliberately set. And Mother Earth is also trying to re-educate that it is important to go back to the natural way of doing things, the traditional way of doing things. And I do understand and realize that some people would say, oh, but there are people who have died. There's all these animals that have died. Mother Earth knows what she is doing. There is a resurgence happening in Australia in what you would term the dream time. There are certain activations that have occurred, and it is because of those particular activations that we must now upgrade all of the grid work on the planet and around the planet. And I will leave it at that, and you can discern on that. Deb Flanagan, yes. Cheryl Kelly, your throat chakra does not need activation. It simply needs to be cleared out. You have done some damage to your throat chakra, so that needs to be taken care of. Donna, will galactics become public this year? Disclosure, there will be more disclosure happening this year, that is true. There has been a decision that some aspects of it should remain hidden, shall we say, but enough of it will be released, or it should be released, that is the highest potential, that it will begin a fundamental shift in how people view things on this planet. I have been looking forward to coming in for some time. And because I can. Young James, what can we expect from the Earth this year? Many rotations. Megna, you are ready to move to another place. You feel stuck in the place that you are. Is there a move or shift for you to another place? I would like to point something out, if you will. You have clearly stated that where you are located, you are completely stuck, and that you are ready to make that move to another place. And then at the same time, you ask if you should be moving to another place. Follow your instinct and follow your heart. You are meant to move. Where to? That information actually resides within you. There's a multitude of different ways of determining that, but I suspect you already know. Interesting. Kathy, do I see you as intuitive and a light? You've been working always from the heart daily and with angels, and you'd like to know what legacy you may leave here on our planet. You already see yourself as intuitive and as a light. And that would be correct. Are you always successful at coming from your heart? No, but you're not bad either. You're actually quite good. As far as legacy goes, it is a legacy that every star seed on this planet is going to carry with them. The legacy that you assisted in transforming and creating an evolution of the entire universe. Tui. Unfortunately, we are unable to interfere. Let me try and explain it to you in this manner. A young child gets cancer and dies. And so many people rise up. How horrible for the parents, how horrible for the siblings, how horrible. She won't be able to experience life fully. She will never be able to really do school. She won't ever be able to get married and have children. What a waste. How horrible this is. How horrible is it when she chose herself to get the cancer and to pass away? How horrible is that? When that child herself chose that. The situation is that individuals, each individual on this planet, whether they are the humanity of Earth or starseed, before they have incarnated upon this planet, there is many different experiences and things that they want to experience and do, people they want to meet. And then they incarnate. And they go through their incarnation. Some might cross the age of 2 or 92. Who's to say? How would you feel? I'll give you another example. An example that this one experienced a long time ago. A little over 30 years ago, he experienced this. A young lady, 22 years of age, thrown off the back of a motorcycle. The motorcycle, believe it or not, was not going very fast at all. The right circumstances. He goes out to see if he can help her. And the first thing that he notices is that she's not breathing. So he kneels down to check to see if she has a pulse. And before he actually touches her to check and see if there's a pulse, he feels a hand on his shoulder and hears clear as a bell in his head, It is fine. This is how I chose to leave. Do you think for one moment that he could go to her family and say, oh, it's okay. I know you'll miss your daughter. I know you'll miss your sister. But this is how she chose to leave. This is the way she wanted to go. How do you think they would react? They would not understand. Everyone chooses different things for different reasons. If it is a thing where they are not supposed to experience, let me give you an example. An airline plane is going to crash. Everyone on board is going to be killed. Everyone that's on that plane has already agreed to that shared experience. And then here comes Joe Blake, as an example. Joe Blake didn't make that agreement. He's not meant to die on that plane. He's not meant to be on that plane. I guarantee you that someone will intervene and he will not get on that plane. There are reasons for everything. Please be aware of this. Heather, can you elaborate on what the Galactic Federation of Light is? You feel drawn to this currently, thank you. Actually, it is the Intergalactic Confederation, and there is also the Galactic Federation of Light. The Intergalactic Federation is also the Intergalactic Confederation of Light, and that is located, shall we say, within another galaxy quite a ways from here. The Galactic Federation of Light is the outpost, if you will, of the Intergalactic Federation of Light, and it is located in this particular galaxy. They have many outposts like this in many different galaxies. And so basically they have a multitude of different worlds that are members of this Intergalactic Federation of Light. And they basically work to promote cooperation, evolution, and providing assistance to sometimes projects like this, sometimes many other things. They will intervene at times in worlds that are going through conflict and whatnot. They have a very strong ambassadorial section that does a great deal of negotiation work and ambassadorial work, things like this. So basically that's, unless you have a much more detailed or specific question, that would be the answer to that question. Thank you, Angie. Tina, you need to trust more in yourself. I didn't say that you needed a new one, Cheryl, just that it had been damaged somewhat and needs to be cleared out. What you need to understand is this. I understand you've been speaking your truth, But remember, there are those individuals out there who don't like it when people speak their truth. And so they like to throw things at like throat chakras because they don't want people speaking their truth. And it's not, they're not generally doing it consciously, but they are doing it nonetheless. Thank you, Chris. Tui, remember the example I used of the young girl that had cancer? Her mother was told, her mother actually received messages, more than one, from her crossed daughter. She was told this was what she wanted to experience. She hasn't gotten over it. She does not have closure. In order for an individual to have closure, that is an individual choice and decision. Don't get me wrong here. I'm not saying that they forget, but that they put their trust and faith into spirit. All I can tell you with regards to this situation, I do apologize because there is much I cannot say. That which has occurred was what had been chosen. Karen Gower, you've seen a variety of spaceships over the last 3 years. Are they from a specific place, made here, or a combination? Combination. Aaron, there is no auction going on here. Marcia, can contracts be changed? Yes, they can. And we will speak about that another time. Tui, I understand. Sumera, unfortunately, you are the only person who can answer your question on if you are where you are meant to be in this moment. You need to go within your heart and ask your heart. And if your heart says yes, then you are. If it says no, then you need to ask, what are you to do next? This is about you taking back your own power and divinity. Remember that. You are an ascended master on earth that is here as a starseed. You have the ability to do anything you need to do. Remember this. Young James Russell. What role do I play on the other side? I sit on a council. I do not sit on the council of the God Star in charge of this project, but I sit on a council and I am dedicated to assisting the Starseeds on this planet. You are funny. Samantha, you're finding it difficult with the loss of animals here to the point where you do not wish to sleep because you dream you're there waking in tears. How do you release this? You have to go within your heart and realize that there is more happening here than meets the eye. The animals it is sad. Because it doesn't have to be as bad as it is. As I said, there are those fires that have been deliberately set. But believe it or not, even the animals are serving a purpose on a higher stage, if you will, on a higher plane of experience. They do not have souls, but that does not stop them from being of service to this world. Simply send them love and embrace and realize that what I can tell you is this: their passing will not be in vain. Christine Farnham, you've been feeling very disorientated lately, but are feeling like you're starting to get some momentum back. You've been releasing certain things, making certain choices for your life moving forward. This will continue. Trust inside yourself more and more, and it will get easier. Dana, your dream about a UFO, that is something that happened, but it happened in the past. Shyler, not bad. Much love and blessings, everyone. My name is Gideon. I will be back very soon, and we will continue our next. In our next gathering, we are going to be talking about creation and creating things with regards to your life. It's going to be very exciting. It's going to be very fun. We will also give an update on the grid work that is happening and the updates and upgrades that are happening, and we will go from there. Much love and many blessings to you. Please remember and understand that you are the reason we are all here. And it is because you are all here that we are going to change not only this world, but this entire universe.